All right, so what we're going to do to start with our warm-up, we'll just kind of go off the same things we've been doing the last couple days. 30-second jog, 30-second high knee, or 30-second butt kick, sorry, and then 30 seconds of Frankenstein's, just stationary. All right, so high knees, butt kicks, Frankenstein's. Let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Got 10 more seconds here, then we're just going right into our butt kicks. Let's go butt kicks in 3, 2, 1, and go. Got about 10 more seconds here of butt kicks. All right, and then we're just going to go Frankenstein's going in 2, 1, and go. So Frankenstein's just stationary where we are, stretching out those hamstrings. All right, we got about 5 more seconds here. All right, good. Next thing we're going to do, we're just going to go 10 reps here. Sumo stance toe touches. So my feet are nice and wide, touching the ground, coming back up. Let's go 10 of those. Nice and wide with our feet, just reaching towards the ground, stretching out those hamstrings, glutes, low back, all that fun stuff. 10 reps here. All right, when we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to be in our little partial squat. All right, we're going to go 5 per side, bow and arrows, locking those hips. So no rotating from the hip, lock, pull. Let's go 5 and 5. All right, nice and slow here. All right, then we're done with 5 and 5. We're going to come down to the ground and we're going to go 10 cat camels. All right, 10 cat camels, nice and slow, trying to stretch out that upper back, trying to loosen up as much as we can. All right, take your time with these. We don't got to rush through or anything like that. All right, when we're done with that, all right, let's go into a hamstring rock. We're going to go 5 reps per side. So in that lunge, just rocking back, stretching out that hamstring. All right, rock back, stretch out that hamstring, 5 reps per side. All right, so we're in that lunge position, just pushing our butt back to stretch out that hammy. All right, when we're done with that, what we got is we're going to go over a hurdle. All right, I'll show you that, and then we're going to go under a hurdle. All right, so we have to imagine we got a hurdle. It's as high as your body's going to let you to be because it's just imaginary. So I go standing hip flexion, over, over. All right, I'm going to go 5 per side over my hurdle. All right, let's go 5 of those per side. All right, when I go over my hurdle, I don't want to lean away. I want to be nice and tall, coming side to side. All right, side to side over my hurdle. All right, and then when I'm done with going over my hurdle, under the hurdle takes a little bit more kind of prep into it. So you go squat, step out, low Cossack, then I went under my hurdle, stand back up. Squat, step, low, up. All right, let's go 5 of those. All right, so you're only going to get out of it what you put into this one. The lower you get into the squat, the more you keep your chest up. As we go from side to side, the better it's going to be. All right, so as you step out, you want to stay nice and low the entire time. All right, wait for everyone to kind of get on the same page here. All right, next ones we got Kang squats. We're going to go 5 reps of Kang squats. And then we'll move on to some athlete development work. All right, so Kang squat. Hip goes back, so good morning here. Chest comes tall on my squat. Back to my good morning and stand. So hinge, squat, hinge, up. Let's go 10 reps there, nice and slow. All right, so that back should be straight the entire time during these Kang squats, whenever just leading with my chest. All right, next one, you're going to need a little bit of room. All right, it's going to be a crossover drop step. All right, and basically what we're doing is going from a standing hip flexion, falling over into a crossover, all right, and then being able to control that, all right? So if I move my camera this way, all right, so knee comes up, I'm going to fall out of my camera, but I'm going to come into an athletic position, all right? So I'll show you the start and then I'll show you the finish because I'm going to move out of my camera here. Knee comes up, I'm going to fall. As I catch myself in an athletic position. All right. I don't know how much room I got. All right. So I'm here, fall, and catch. A little bit faster, a little bit. So up, plant, and catch. All right. So all I'm doing is working on crossing over and getting back into a set position. All right. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy on that movement there. It's a little bit more coordination work than anything. What we're gonna do, 1 rep aside, or just 1 rep, sorry, all right, every 20 seconds. So every 20 seconds, you're either going to your right or your left. You're not doing both in the 20 seconds. All right, we're gonna alternate back and forth. We're gonna go 4 rounds each. All right.
We're crossing over, right?
Yeah, crossover.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so let's get going here. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so you just got to do one of those. So we got about 10 seconds here before we go the other way. All right, and let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so we want to try to be athletic in this movement. All right, so what we want to do is we want to think about falling. All right, it's not just about us doing like a 2-step in a country bar. All right, we're trying to get out to the side as fast as we can. All right, so let's go back to that first one. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so you almost want to treat that crossover like you're falling into it. All right, so I don't have a lot of room, but when I cross over, I want to lean, so I have to catch myself. All right, so it's not just up and step, it's up and lean into it. So you should feel like you're falling off the edge. All right, so let's go again here. So think about falling. All right, let's go 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so we're gonna go 2 more per side here. Remember, these are just kind of introduced. The point of these is to introduce like new movement mechanics and stuff like that. So it feels awkward, it's fine. It's something that we're gonna add into our regular workouts eventually. All right, so going back to the first variation or your first side in 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so 1 more per side here, then we'll get a quick drink of water. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, last one here. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so let's go grab a quick drink of water. Next thing you'll need is just some space. If you don't have the vertical room, it's fine. We'll give you a different thing, but you're definitely gonna need a little bit of space. All right, so what we got, it's 3 rounds here. All right, 1 round is 5 squat jumps, 5 lunge jumps per leg, 5 skaters per side. All right, I'm going to assume it's going to take us about 30, 40 seconds. So we'll rest about 20 seconds and then we'll go into the next set. All right, so what the whole sequence looks like. Until you finish 5 per side. All right, so a lot of jumping. The goal here is height. If you don't have the height, that's fine. But the goal is coordination and movement, right? What we don't want to do is stop in between our squat jumps and lunge jumps. So we don't want this. And then starting, we literally just want to go right into the jumps. After my last lunge jump, right into my skater. Now that I'm out of breath. Ray, can't hear you, buddy.
That form was a work of beauty, Coach.
Right?
I kind of embarrassed to do them myself now.
Ray, one day you can be like me.
That's the dream.
Ray, when you can throw a football over a mountain, though, looking like Uncle Rico, it doesn't matter.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so goal is movement efficiency. If you have the height, take advantage of the height you have in your jump. All right, so let's go 3, 2, 1, and go. 5 squat jumps, 5 lunge jumps per leg, 5 skaters per side. All right, we got about 20 seconds here to go again. A lot of you guys in your skaters, though, you guys just drop from your chest. That skater, like when we do our skater squat and our single leg squat, we load that quad and leg to help us push side to side. So when I do my skater, I'm not doing this, or I'm just leaning into it. I still want to be in front so I get low by loading that quad, and that's going to help push me to the side. All right, so when you do your skater, chest, hands still out in front of you, right? Excuse me, chest and hands aren't facing the ground. You want to load the quad and push. All right, so let's go set number 2 here in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so always think hands in front, hands in front. All right, I'm not just holding my hands, either athletic hands or running hands. All right, looking good here. We had about 20 more seconds and we got our last set. All right, last set here going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, last set here. Might be getting a little bit tired, but let's just try to keep moving. Remember, we're going from one to the other. All right, we're not trying to stop. All right, when you're done, let's grab a quick drink of water. All right, for the next thing, if you guys have weights, you guys can grab weights. Otherwise, you don't really need them. It's going to be more of a movement thing anyways. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, 20 seconds of work of each of them. So it's going to be a quick transition. It's going to be 20 seconds of good mornings, 20 seconds of tall plank with knee drives per side. All right, so that's about a minute of work. It's only 2 sets here, so we'll take about 30 seconds and then repeat that. The goal, though, is to kind of fatigue the hamstrings with the good mornings and then have to be able to go into a knee drive position, something very similar to sprinting when they're a little bit tired, right? So that's kind of going to help with our running mechanics and everything like that. So what it's going to be, 20 seconds of good mornings. All right. So push that butt back. If you notice, though, I'm not doing this. I'm not letting my chest fall. Chest tall, shoulders back the entire time. Butt goes towards the wall, chest falls. 20 seconds of work there. 20-second hold one side. 20-second hold the other side. Rest about 30 seconds. Repeat that for another round. All right. Good controlled movements on the good morning. Don't feel like you need to rush through it, but you should feel it in your glutes and hamstrings. All right. If you don't feel it in your glutes and hamstrings, don't let your knees shift forward. All right. As you push your butt back, push your knees back with you. All right. So let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So 20 seconds of good mornings. All right, let's transition to our tall plank with our knee drive. Here, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Doesn't matter what side you start with. All right, but we're holding that knee to that elbow the entire time, foot off the ground. That foot should be dorsiflexed. And we're switching sides in 2, 1, and go. All right, good. We'll take about 30 seconds here. We're going to run through that one more time. All right, so let's get going here. Second set of this. Same thing, 20 seconds good mornings, and then 20 seconds tall plank per side. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So 20 seconds good mornings here. So it's not a full squat. We're just hinging from the hips. All right, so we don't need to squat. Just push those hips back, feel those hamstrings turn on, come back up. All right, good. Let's go to our tall plank knee drive here. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so hold in for 20 seconds. Keep that knee at that elbow. All right, flex that core, flex that knee, flex that ankle. All right, so our ankle should be dorsiflex. So that's toe to shin. All right, let's switch sides here. Going in 2, 1, and go. All right, good. Let's grab a quick drink of water. Next thing we're going to do, it's going to be a pretty long sequence. All right, we're not going to have a lot of time to rest. All right, it's going to be like maybe 15 seconds max of rest. All right, but the goal is for us just to keep moving through the next part. All right, so our next part, what we're going to do, it's going to be 3 movements. All right, and we're just going to keep cycling through them. We're not really going to have like a minute of rest or a minute and a half of rest because we're going to try to get through 5 rounds of this. It's going to be 30 seconds aside of split stance RDLs, 30 seconds aside of donkey kicks, like actual donkey kicks. We're not just doing the hold. And then we're going to go 15 seconds of glute bridge marches total. All right, so split stance RDL. It could be a split stance good morning, whatever you kind of want to call it, because we're not really doing anything with the barbell. Regular stance, split stance. All right, it's not a big step. All right, back heel off the ground. I'm thinking about the front leg, so this is my front leg here. Butt goes back, come back up. Same thing, all right? Chest nice and tall, loading that hamstring coming up. 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other side. Immediately done with that 30 seconds, hands and knees. I'm going to go donkey kick for 30 seconds. 30 on one side, 30 on the other side. All right. After 30 of that, down to the ground, glute bridge marches for 15 seconds. All right. We'll take about 15 seconds of rest, and we're just going to restart that process. All right. So the goal isn't speed. The goal is good movements. All right. We're just trying to build volume here. We're not going to have any heavy weights or anything like that, but we can still get a good adaptation. All right. So 30 seconds split stance RDL per side, 30 seconds donkey kick per side, 15 seconds glute bridge march. Take about a 15-second break. We're going to try to run through that 5 rounds. All right. So let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so that split stance, that back foot heel is off the ground, knee slightly bent with it. All right, Mark, pull your shoulders back when you hinge, buddy. All right, so my shoulders don't come forward. I'm not hugging when I hinge. I keep my shoulders back. All right, your front leg hamstring is the one doing the work right now. Got about 5 seconds here. All right, and we're going to switch here in 3, 2, 1, and other side here for 30 seconds. All right, nice slow movements. Feel that front leg working. Got about 10 more seconds here, then we're going down to the ground for donkey kicks. All right, let's go donkey kicks here. So down to the ground, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. So just one side here. The other knee can be on the ground. So we can be supported with that knee and just kicking that leg back, feeling it in the glute and hamstring. All right, so think about bringing that knee to that elbow almost, and then kicking it straight back. So knee comes into the elbow and then kick straight back. All right, and then we're gonna go other side here in 3, 2, 1, and go other side. All right, and then we're gonna go glute bridge march here. So on our back, start with our hips nice and high. We're just alternating glute bridges, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hips stay high the entire time though. All right, hips never drop. Just alternate your feet. So hips nice and high off the ground. All right, good. We'll take about 30 seconds here. All right, and we're gonna try to run through that 4 more times. We're gonna see what time we're at.
For those glute bridges, should I be feeling it most in the hips that more than anything, or should I feel it in the legs?
You'll feel it in your hips a little bit just because that's where we're trying to like fatigue. But yeah, you'll feel it. You should feel it like in your glutes and hamstrings a little bit. And you're going to feel it in your hips having to flex from the hip.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
No problem. All right, so let's get ready for set number 2 here, starting with our split stance RDLs. All right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so back heel elevated. Feet should be on railroad tracks, all right? So both feet are straight, back heel elevated. All right, so you can bend that knee. All right, you're feeling it all in that front leg hamstring. All right, let's go to the other side here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Ray, that back foot is too far back. There we go. Better. All right, donkey kicks here, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Doesn't matter what side you start with. Got about 10 more seconds here, then we're going to switch sides. Let's go 2, 1, and go. Other side. Got about 10 more seconds here, then we're going glute bridge marches. All right, glute bridge marches here, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, good. We'll take about 30 seconds here, and we'll start round 3 of 5. All right. So remember, like I said, the last couple times, the last couple weeks, you guys can use the camera to your benefit, right? So if you're a guy who's just going like straight on, like even looking at me, right? Imagine I showed you the movement straight on. You're really not going to see what I'm doing. I got to go from the side to really break it down. So same thing for you guys, right? If you're straight on, you're not really going to be able to see what you're doing right or see what you're doing wrong. But if you go from the side, right, you're going to be able to see your leg angles, your back angles, your hips, right? So just a simple little bit adjustment if you can, and it's just going to be more of a benefit for you guys, right? If you do it straight on, it's just really hard to see what you're doing. All right, so let's, yeah, right.
Those glute bridges, a lower back too. I was wondering
So
if I'm doing them right.
The goal is to not feel any low back. You're going to feel in your low back a little bit because your hamstrings are tight, so it's going to pull on it.
Yeah.
But you want to think of like flexing your core during the movement too. So I don't even think about flexing my core. I just think about bringing my like belly button away from my hips.
All right, I'll try that out. Yeah, the last one was this all back.
Yeah, try to feel like glutes, hammies.
Yeah, will do.
All right. So let's go set number 3 here. Back to our split stance RDLs. Use that side angle here, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, we got about 5 seconds here. Switching sides in 3, 2, 1, and go. So Mark, take a look at your back, buddy, right? So you see how you like look at the bottom position. See how you, there you go, that's better. So you're not breaking as much. All right, let's go to our donkey kicks here, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, we got about 10 more seconds here, then we're going to switch sides. Let's go to the other side here in 2, 1, and go. Got about 10 more seconds here, then we're going to go to those glute bridges. Remember, you're trying to get your belly button away from your hips. All right, so glute bridges here, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, good. All right, so we'll take about 30 seconds here. We got 2 more rounds to go, and then a quick little finisher at the end. All right, about 10 more seconds here of rest, and we're going round 4. All right, so let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, let's go to the other side here in 2, 1, and go. Other side here. All right, looking good. Still pay attention to those movement patterns, right? So try to keep that front leg straight, and you can bend the back knee. That's the goal here, right? So we're trying to load up that front hamstring. We got about 15 more seconds. All right, and let's go to our donkey kicks here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So 30 seconds donkey kicks. Doesn't matter what side you start with. All right. Same thing, kind of like we talked about with the glute bridges. We don't want our low back to be pivoting a lot. All right. So we want our low back to imagine that we have a ball on it and that ball is staying where it is. So it's not rolling forward and back because I'm bending from the low back. All right. We've got about 10 more seconds here. Then we're going to switch sides. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Other side here. All right, about 5 seconds here. Then we're going glute bridges. All right, let's go glute bridges here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Got about 15 more seconds. All right, good. Let's take a quick 30-second break here. All right, and then what we're going to do is we got one more round, and then we are done with this. And we got a little bit of a core, a little bit of a accessory work to finish up with for the day. All right, so one more round. All right, I know it's not the most exciting day, all right, but this is to be the most beneficial day when it comes to returning to play and kind of hamstring health and all that stuff. All right, so let's get going here. Last round. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so not fast-paced work today, just kind of constant work. trying to load those hamstrings as much as we can. All right, so about 5 more seconds here, then we're going to switch sides. Let's get the other side here in 2, 1, and go. All right, and we're going to go donkey kicks here. All right, so let's start those donkey kicks in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, we got about 15 more seconds here, just trying to flex from that glute. All right, and then we're going to go other side here in 2, 1, and go. All right, last set of glute bridges here, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Last set here. All right, good. Let's go grab a quick drink of water. All right. Next thing we're going to do is just some kind of planks and lower body work. Nothing too crazy here. All right. And then we are done for the day. So almost done. All right. Last thing we're going to finish up with 3 sets. We're going to try to finish them within or finish the entire thing in a minute. It's going to be a 30-second plank on our hands. Then we're going to go 10 single leg calf raises per side. All right. So just kind of create some stiffness in that calf, add some extra core work in there. So plank
Are
on
those
our
high
hands.
planks or
Yeah. So
high planks? Okay.
yeah. So I put it as a tall plank. It's basically plank on your hands. So 30 seconds there, and then 10 single leg calf raises per side. If you guys have a step or something and you want to use that for your calf raise, you can, or you can just go flat off the ground. Either one is fine.
This could be a dumb question, but how do you do a single leg calf raise? Just what, you balance on one foot?
Yeah, so you might need to like hold on to something. You have to go on one leg.
Okay.
But you
Yeah,
might I can do it like you if you want to do it without anything, you can. You might not be able to have balance, or you can just go hold on to something.
Yeah, I'll probably have to put my hand on something. I have the worst balance in the league.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not an expectation for you to do it without it.
Yeah. No, I've been doing calf raises for Grog. I for some reason they were always at the bottom of the team builder, so I kind of mixed them up with leg raises. So for like the last year.
Oh, Ray, now you know, buddy.
Hey, at least my leg raises are going to be top line.
I'm glad. You're going to have the best core in the team. All right, so 30-second plank, 10 calf raises per side. We'll try to get it done in a minute. Let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so squeeze that core nice and tight. Vanny, we're doing the plank, buddy. There we go. Ray, keep your hands underneath your shoulders, all right? So our hands shouldn't be out in front. They should be right underneath. We got 10 more seconds. All right, good. Let's go 10 per leg calf raises. Vandy, you can count the ones that you did before, buddy. All right, so 10 per side here. All right, good. We'll take about 15 seconds here, and then we're going to start set number 2 of 3. All right, so about 10 more seconds. Set 2 of 3. In that plank, we want to try to think about squeezing those glutes, squeezing those quads, squeezing those hamstrings as tight as we can. All right, let's go 30-second plank here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Got about 10 more seconds here. All right, good. All right, let's go 10 single leg calf raises per side. All right, we got about 20 seconds here. Then we got our last set, and then we're done. All right, so let's get going here. Last set, starting 30-second plank, going in 2, 1, and go. Halfway there, 15 more seconds. All right, good. 10 single leg calf raises per side, and then we're all done for the day. All right, good job today, guys. All right, it's a little bit longer than our usual one, but not too long. Nice, easy way to get work in. Tomorrow is a stretch. Even if you've already got your 2 for the week and you want to come for the stretch, you're more than welcome to. I'm never going to say no to more guys showing up. All right, I'm going to figure out with JP what's going to go on next week, because I think a lot of guys are going to have access to a gym depending on where you live. But I'll let you guys know from there. All right, any questions or anything to finish up?